Ready? Hey Warriors, welcome back. We picked up this dresser free and we brought her home, and as you can see, we definitely ran into some challenges with it. It had already been painted. What we weren't sure of is how it was painted or whether it was sanded. So we tried a few different methods. We tried scraping and sanding, and we probably would have been better off using some stripper on this. However, it's still cold outside and we're still in an enclosed garage, so the stripper's kind of a hard deal to use with all the fumes. We really don't have the ventilation we need when it's this cold outside. So we did a combination of scraping and sanding to get the finish off the piece. In the end, probably mostly sanding, but we did some scraping too. Okay, so we're about 70% of the way through sanding. And as you can see, we've got blow through on the doors and the veneer. We are going to see what we might be able to do with this. We're going to try the stain that we were hoping to use. And if that works, and if we don't really see the blow through, that'll be one thing. But if we can still see it, and it looks like I think it's going to look, then we're going to go to plan B. So let's put some stain on there and see what happens. This is the MinWax wood finish transparent color stains. And we've been wanting to try this just to see kind of how it works, and thought we'd try it on this piece. What we're not sure is how it's going to work over the blow through. But it's a good opportunity for us to test it. See if we like it or not. This is what I kind of thought was going to happen. You can see where we're blown through. And it's leaving spots. Now that's something in the corner we could repair, but with these blow through areas, with as thin as this veneer is, we're not really sure if we blew through it because it's so thin, or because this was painted. It may have been sanded before and already blown through. So either way, we're not going to get away with just staining these. So we're going to discuss it, and Cindy and I will move on to plan B with this unit and show you how we recover from a failed restoration. Okay, so you guys want a quick, easy way of doing something? We kind of love doing this. We're going to fill all these holes. We're going to put dowels in here. So we're going to be doing new hardware now. So we're going to put those in there like that. We're going to use our saw, cut them almost flat. And we're going to sand them flat. We're going to use the Durhams. And we're going to just put a little bit over them just to make sure there's no gaps that they're filled in, but it's going to be such a thin coat. It'll dry up in just a few minutes. It's just a little easier than waiting 20-30 minutes for these things to dry if you actually fill the holes. So one of the things I like about the Durhams, so you can mix it just about any consistency you want. So you can do it thinner when you're doing stuff like this. Okay, so we've got this glide that's broken. As it turns out, the way this split, apparently this was routed out. So if I look at this, it's actually wide enough that we're not having any gaps in here. So we'll be able to saw this to the right width and add a piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from here to this, and it's 1 5/8. So I'll measure across the back of this from here to 1 5/8, and then we'll make a cut down this, because we're not going to be able to run the jigsaw in here because of this, so I'll have to cut it from this side. So that's why we're doing it that way. Too big.
You just need another little piece of wood, right?
Well, something to, yeah. Okay, this laminate's all messed up, so we're just going to remove it.
This is my first time ever using a chisel.
Well, you look like a pro.
That I do.
You did good.
Get that out of my hand.
You look like a pro. Nobody will ever know it was your first time. Okay, so let's see if we can finish this up. Sweet. Nice. Okay. Let's see if this fits. So close. Let's get a little piece. There we go. I'm not going to glue all the way down. I'm just going to glue the two ends. And that should be plenty. And a little weight on it. Just keep it down. We'll let that dry up. We like to pre-drill for our hardware before we paint. We are going to be painting these drawers. So we have a jig that we have, and all we do is we measure, the drawer is 24 and a half. So half of that is 12 and a quarter. So we have our mark going up and down to 12 and a quarter. And we're 8 inches top to bottom. Make a mark at 4. So right there is our center. Then you take the jig and you set your width of your hardware. In this case, it's 5. So we're 2 and a quarter. I'm sorry. It's 3 and a half. So we're 1 and 3/4 on either side. The measurement's right in here. So I'm set at 1 and 3/4. Then we set our jig down. We take this adjustment screw and we adjust it so that right through this center hole, we can see our, well, apparently that came loose. So you'll get to see me readjust. So we set it so that that cross is right in the middle of that hole. Perfect. So right there is where we drill. So you just pick the proper drill size. And there we go. That'll center our hardware right on the drawer.
Okay, so before you paint your drawer fronts, you're gonna want to take a little piece of tape and tape up where your hardware goes. That way no paint is gonna leak into your drawer, which is already clean. So that's what I'm gonna do here. Just go down the line. So we're gonna be painting with Dixie Belle's Hampton Olive in Silk. So we're gonna open this up. We're gonna give it a good stir. This silk has the primer and top coat mixed in one, and it's going to be like gloppy. So you just have to stir it until it's smooth. And they fill these jars really full. And I've already got paints all over me. And I know we're going to need 2 coats. Of the paint. How much I spilled just trying to stir it. Your first coat is always considered your ugly coat. You're going to put it on. You're always going to have a second coat. Okay, so now I'm going to let this sit here for a couple of hours and dry, and then we'll go again. Okay, so.
Okay, so?
Okay, so.
Okay, so?
Okay, so. I want queso.
It's our favorite saying. Okay, so.
Okay, so, yeah. Okay.
See? Okay, so.
The drawers, the first coat is dry. And what I'm going to do is take a 320 sandpaper, just wrapped around a little sponge to be able to, you know, just have a little better control on the paper. And I'm just going to give it a light sand, just knock down any little ridges or bumps. Smooth it out. I wish you could feel this. Feel the difference in this. I'm telling you.
Aren't enough O's and smooth.
That's S-M-O-O-O-O-O-T-H. Okay, these are ready for second coat.
Okay, so let's do a second coat.
I really do want some queso.
We did do a second coat on the drawers. We're not going to show that on camera. And then we moved over to the base to do the first coat on the base. We also did second coat on the base, and we're not going to show that. We're just going to show a little bit of doing the first coat. And then we'll show you where we're going from there. Just a quick update. If you guys have been following us, you know we have a goal of getting a furniture kit, and we are using the funds that come in from Buy Me a Coffee to put toward that goal. So we just want to thank all of you. So far we've reached $343, and we're getting there, and we're excited about getting that kit soon. Thanks again, and we appreciate you guys. Okay, so this is the MinWax wood finish semi-transparent color stain. We got it in, what color was that? White? Some kind of white?
Some sort of white.
Hang on a minute, I'll tell you. We got it in white elm is the color. So we're gonna go ahead and stain the top of this. Let's see how this turns out. It's our first time really using this. Except we used some of the green stuff earlier in the video to test on one of the drawers. And I don't think I'm going to be able to cover this whole thing before wiping. Because it is water-based, it's going to dry up a little faster than like a gel stain or an oil stain. And you don't want it to dry too much before you wipe it. Okay, so we're going to get ready to lacquer the top. Well, that was interesting.
What?
Just give me a bunch of problems. So we just want to protect the paint along here from getting lacquer on it.
Yeah, that's not.
Okay, we're going to be using the Mohawk Pre-Catylized lacquer in satin. You got the garage door open and the fan blowing. Make sure you wear a mask. You do not want to be breathing in lacquer. And then we'll give it a spray. Then we'll shut the garage door to keep a little bit of the heat in while it dries. And then We'll open it to do a second coat, etc., etc. So we use the Howard's feed and wax on all the sides of the drawers. And then we also use them on the glides for the drawers. And we also use them inside the cabinet on the slides or the guides to make the drawers slide nice and smooth. Okay, so just a couple more steps. We're almost there. So we're just gonna start getting some hardware on. And we'll pull our little tapes off of here. Okay, so we'll finish up the rest of the hardware and then we'll bring it inside and put it all together and show you the final reveal. But let's get a little reminder of what we started with. Well, we originally were planning on a restoration, and as you saw, that failed. But we think our plan B came out beautiful. Let us know what you guys think in the comment. We appreciate you guys, and as always, have a flippin' awesome day.